Hey everybody, what's up? This is Crypto Cody and I'm so excited to do another video for you guys. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about the crazy news of Donald Trump finally talking about Bitcoin. We're going to be diving into the market and the price action of it all and what's going on. And guys, I'm hoping to put out some more videos for you guys. I've been so busy with getting some apartment units and Airbnbs ready for renting, and it's just part of my livelihood, so I got to do this stuff. But thanks for being patient. Look forward to doing this video with you guys. Here we go. All right, guys, so let's hop into this Donald Trump tweet, which is so funny. Man, I gotta say, Donald Trump is he really knows how to really grind into people's gears, you know, and I think it's hilarious personally. And man, I've got a lot of stuff to talk about, and I'm gonna try not to get too political here, but how can you not get political when the president of the United States of America is talking about Bitcoin? So anyways, let's talk about it for a second. So he basically says that he's not a fan of Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, which basically he's claiming are not money and are essentially thin air. It's basically it's like a high volatility thin air transaction is what he's calling it. And he's saying that, and then he's supporting the end of it where he's saying basically that it's unlawful behavior that people use for essentially the black market, okay? He goes on to talk and say, similarly, Facebook Libra's virtual currency will have little standing or dependability. So basically, he's not for anything cryptocurrency wise, and I think this is really interesting that he's saying this. And now here's the thing, guys: we're talking about not just the president of the United States of America. We're talking about a man who is a multi-billionaire. He's a self-made billionaire. Okay, he's built a huge company. Okay, so now, like Warren Buffett, who also would probably lean more on what Donald Trump believes, I don't think what these guys are saying is necessarily what they believe, okay? You have to understand, these are very smart men. Both Warren Buffett and Donald Trump are very smart men. They're both billionaires. And you got to understand that being a part of the billionaire club, it's and I'm not trying to get all conspiracy on everybody here, but the reality is that there's a lot more going into it than what they're possibly saying. You have to understand that some people it's almost kind of like a reverse psychology. Sometimes things are said and you think that they're against it, but when in reality, they're actually for it on a personal level, but on a political level, they have to not be for it. Because think about this for 1 second. If Donald Trump, now first of all, I have no idea why Donald Trump is talking about cryptocurrency just to begin with, but there is a reason why he is, okay? Because you have to understand the influence that Donald Trump has on the United States of America, on the entire world. Every single tweet he puts out is put out for a reason. It's not just because he's just throwing out tweets and saying whatever the hell he wants to say. He is throwing out tweets sometimes, but you have to understand, because of the influence that he has on the community around the world, around the whole world community, like, it's a big deal, and it actually does it does something to the social ecosystem, so to speak. So whenever Donald Trump speaks on Twitter or on the news, or anything and everything that he says does something to the social ecosystem. You have to understand that these tweets are deeply affecting the cryptocurrency market in a massive way, okay? So that's just there's something to be said for that. The question is why? Why is Donald Trump saying what he's saying? Is it really just as simple as he just doesn't think it's a good thing to invest in? Well, we could say that. Or there's a reason. Yeah, there's a reason to why he's saying what he's saying. So I don't know what that is. I'm just saying that when you think about it from a social ecosystem standpoint, it just makes sense, okay? That what he just said on Twitter here will affect the crypto market. And I don't think Donald Trump is stupid enough to not realize that. And his advisors are probably not stupid enough to realize that. So this is being talked about on business, on everywhere, all around the world. So now what's really interesting, if we go to this next tweet by founder and CEO of Tron and BitTorrent, Mr. Justin Sun, he said he actually responded to Donald Trump, said, "Mr. President, you are mistaken by fake news. Bitcoin/blockchain happens to be the best chance for the U.S." And he's talking about helping the U.S. And then, get this, guys, he invites Donald Trump to go to the crypto leaders luncheon with Warren Buffett on July 25th. So and then he says, I guarantee that you, after this lunch, nobody will know crypto more than you. And guys, this is really, really crazy. Justin Sun just immediately pounced on it and invited the President of the United States of America to sit down with him and one of the top, most powerful people on a financial standpoint, Mr. Warren Buffett, to have a conversation about cryptocurrencies and blockchain. Guys, the Trump administration is not stupid, okay? They know what's going on with cryptocurrencies, they know what's going on with blockchain, and they understand why it is important and why it is a great technology, and they know what to do with it, but they need to make sure that they want to have control. They want to make sure, I don't care if this is a liberal or if this is a Republican, whatever, an independent position, they want to be able to have control of the community when it comes to the banking systems and how that works. We're talking about real money. And not only are we talking about money, but we're talking about money that is decentralized around the world. So you can actually, in theory, think about this, guys. I want you to think about how crazy this is, okay? When you have euros and you have to convert them to US dollars, you actually have to go get that, you have to get that verified by the federal government. I mean, now when it comes to cryptocurrencies, there is no verification process. You literally can go from Bitcoin from one exchange to Bitcoin to another exchange and exchange that for Ethereum, exchange that for TRX, exchange that for ADA, whatever you want to do. The reality is that you don't have to go through this verification process. So money is now flooding in from other countries, okay? You have to understand that when some cryptocurrencies and different companies and organizations behind the cryptocurrency are actually trying to use the crypto itself to revolutionize some of these poverty-stricken third world countries. So for instance, Apollo is trying to make help Africa bring money in from the world. So just to bring more money into Africa to help their poverty-stricken, sector of the world. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is this, not to get super wordy and weird, but when it comes down to it, what the Trump administration is highly aware of is that cryptocurrencies are actually creating more gateways for more money to come into the US. So every time a real cryptocurrency is invested in from another country, that's an opportunity for other countries to bank off of that. So you better bet that, the Trump administration and the federal government in and of itself is definitely capitalizing on cryptocurrencies because it's a very volatile asset that's bringing money into the US, okay? I don't think Trump is, ignorant about that information. I think Trump is highly aware of that information. So I just think that whatever he's saying, there's a reason why he's tweeting what he's tweeting, okay? There just is. Now, maybe he is. Let's just go with the idea that he's really that stupid to just throw out an opinion about something that has to do with the world's financial system, okay, that he's unaware of, okay? Because, listen, guys, I'm not the smartest person in the world, but it's pretty common sense when it comes to cryptocurrencies that, there is a value to it, okay? I mean, I understand these really dumb arguments that, are being publicly made that there is no intrinsic value to cryptocurrency, but I'm sorry, numbers don't lie, and that's what the numbers are, okay? When you see a Bitcoin that's worth $20,000 or close to or more, that is a true democracy. That is an example of a true worldwide democracy, okay? Because the whole world is deciding that this is what the value of this is. It's not being, we're not lying to ourselves and saying that the dollar is worth $1, when in reality, if you actually hold it up to the gold standard like it was supposed to be held up to, it's actually worth less than the paper is worth itself. So the point I'm trying to make is that cryptocurrencies don't lie because there's a specific amount of supply, max supply, and we're not going to counterfeit it, and we're not going to keep on printing it. So Trump is aware of that. Trump is smart enough to know that, especially, come on, anyone who's a billionaire should at least understand this financial system 101, that you're not going there is an intrinsic value to it. There just is, okay? Now, when it comes to Bitcoin, the only argument that I can possibly think of that would make sense is that there is no company backing Bitcoin. There is no, I like to look at a lot of cryptocurrencies as not currencies, but assets. And some of these assets are assets because of the company behind the token or the company behind the coin. Bitcoin doesn't have a company behind it. It just has the democracy of the world. That's why Bitcoin is worth what it's worth, because of the democracy of the world, okay? The world has decided Bitcoin is worth, and then you see what the number of Bitcoin's worth, and that's what the world's decided. So it doesn't matter if people feel like there's no value to it or not. There is, because people have decided there's value. The only argument, again, I could say that makes sense with it is that, Bitcoin doesn't have, it's not an asset. Bitcoin is operating as a true currency / digital commodity. Okay, so anyways, I know I'm kind of beating a dead horse with all this, but what I'm trying to say is that there's a reason why Trump tweeted what he tweeted, and I actually think it's going to do nothing but help the cryptocurrency market in a big way. And the reason why is because Trump is making it known that he is aware of Bitcoin and he's aware of what's going on, and the Trump administration is definitely looking at Bitcoin and seeing what it's doing. He wouldn't waste, his time tweeting about it if he didn't care. So there's a reason, and I hope that he takes this invitation that Justin Sun is putting out to him. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. I don't know. I don't think he will, to be completely honest, because I think he's got other things he's really want to focus on right now. But I think it's pretty awesome that Justin put this invitation out. I think that this is going to do nothing but strengthen the Tron and BitTorrent and TRX community all together. So I'm excited for Tron. I'm excited for BitTorrent and Justin Sun just being a leader and taking the bull by the horns and leading from the front. So kudos to Justin Sun for what you've been doing, man. And keep up the good work, but let's take a look at the market really quick. All right, guys, so here we go. We're gonna hop into coinmarketcap.com. I'm so pumped to talk with you guys about this, and here's the reason why. Guys, you have to understand, just 2 days ago, the market was sitting at somewhere around $318 to $320 billion. Now we're down to 277, almost $278 billion. Do you guys realize how exciting it is to be in a market that fluctuates and is this volatile? Here's the thing, people are freaking out, okay? But what you need to understand is that we are in a worldwide decentralized trading market, okay? Which is going to only grow. I don't care, all this stuff that we've been hearing about political crap and whatnot. It affects the market, yes, okay? But the reality is this, is that we are going to see, I believe, okay, this is my personal belief, that we are going to see the cryptocurrency market as a multi-trillion-dollar market, okay? So the fact that we're only looking at the market currently right now sitting at less than $250 billion is just unbelievable. So I'm a long-term investor. For me, it's like this. It's like investing in Amazon back when it was just a bookstore, an online bookstore. Imagine only investing in Amazon back in the day when it was an online bookstore. Or imagine investing in Facebook, or Tesla or Google back when it just got started. That's the opportunity that you guys have with cryptocurrency from a long-term standpoint. So if you don't know how to day trade, which I'm gonna give you a simple basic principle that I like to follow with day trading, which I am more, I am way more of a long-term holder, but I wanna give you a basic principle, okay? Here's the basic principle. When you go to the CoinMarketCap, and you click on, change or whatever, and you wanna see what is, in the top green, that is what you don't want to be investing in. The problem is that 95, and I don't know the real statistics on this, but the larger percentage of people invest in the green and then they sell in the red, and it makes 0 sense to me. It makes 0 sense to the 5% of people that have more money than 95% of the people in the world altogether, and here's the basic principle. Go to see what is down the most. Now, granted, don't invest in something unless you know what it's about, what the company's about, if it even has strength and good marketing and a good service or product or whatever it is that it's trying to push. Don't just invest in it because it's red, because you could be investing in something dead. That's very true. But the reality is that if you invest in things that are, you know, red, that's no different than you going up to an apple tree and picking the sweetest red apple off of that apple tree that you could possibly see, versus you going and picking the most green sour apple off the top of the tree. It just doesn't make sense, you know? So what I want to encourage you guys to see is look, Bitcoin SV right now currently down 21%. Okay, you're looking at Bitcoin Diamond down 18%. Guys, we know that these forks of Bitcoin are probably going to do well. Granted, there might be some news that I don't know about with those particular coins. If there is, put it in the comment section below. Let me know why. But what it comes down to is people are afraid. They're scared. And you know what? It's really just their ignorance, because the longevity of what's going to happen in cryptocurrency is going to be unbelievable. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. And granted, I want you to be able to make your own decisions, you know, be wise. But guys, look at this. Bitcoin's still standing above $10,000 to USD value and is down 9%. What greater time to invest than now with a long-term mindset? Does that make sense? So that's the direction I'm going. That's the direction I want to encourage you guys to go as well. You know, and for basic trading, you know, principles, don't invest in the crazy, you know, I'm talking the 100 cryptocurrencies right now, okay, the top 100 on the coin market cap. Don't invest in this Japan coin right now as it's up 37%. Now, I could be wrong. This thing could launch up to 500%, but the principle still stays the same. Don't invest in the green, invest in the red. Make sure you know what you're investing in. But anyways, that's it, guys. I'm going to leave you guys with all that. Don't worry about all this Donald Trump crap. Don't worry about all the political crap that's going on. Yes, pay attention to it, make sense of it. But what it comes down to is that we have a better technology than what our current money standards are in our countries. And I think the fact that, you know, what it really comes down to is that these political figures, they're investing in this stuff. They want control. They don't want, it's scary. You have to think about it. It's kind of scary. You have the entire world involved right now. This is affecting, you know, the entire world from a currency standpoint and an asset standpoint. So it's a big deal, and it makes a lot of sense why Donald Trump is now speaking out about it, because you got figures like John McAfee who are going to be taking the stage and making this a big deal, you know, on the presidential stage. You have big things. You're going to be hearing cryptocurrency a lot with this coming election, in my opinion. You're going to hear it on the stage, and it's going to be something that has to be talked about, because that's just the direction we're going. So I look forward to it, guys. Don't worry about the market. Yes, who cares if it goes back down? Heck, if it goes down to 100 million, it doesn't matter to me, because the reality is that we are only at the beginning of this amazing growth that we're going to see, this mass adoption over the next 5 to 10 years. So love you guys. Hope you guys have an awesome day. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Crypto Cody out.